Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Today I'm doing a NYX thing. I went to the launch of the Cosmic Metals lip things and they gave us a really big goodie bag. Like this bag full, chock-a-block. It's empty now because everything is laid out in front of me. And I didn't really know how to tackle it all. These are all new things and I kind of wanted to do something with them, but I didn't really know how to do it without creating like 5 or 6 different videos. So I just thought, screw it, let's do like a full face of NYX and play around with some new stuff. I think a few like important housekeeping things to get out the way first is, one, everything you're going to see in this video was like a PR sample. It was given to me by NYX. Thank you very much, NYX, for the very generous goodie bag. And I will be reading from press releases because there is too much information for me to retain. First up is the Total Control Drop Foundation. I was so excited to see these in the bag. I wanted to try these. I was going to buy them. I was like, give them to me. I want to know what they're like. So each bottle contains 13 mils of product and they have a dropper dispenser. They retail for $24.95 each and there is 9 in the range. There is also a makeup brush, which we didn't receive in the goodie bag. That retails for $24.95 as well. Now these foundations have a very liquid formula. It's very liquidy. They have almost a silicone-y feel to them, like a liquid silicone. It's interesting consistency of the foundation. The general idea with these foundations is you can use 2 drops for a light coverage, 3 drops for a medium coverage, and 4 drops or more for a full coverage. Now, you guys probably know I don't really care for light coverage, so I didn't bother trying that. I did use, the very first time I used this product, I used a brush to apply it, and straight away it made me dislike the product because it created, or it stuck to dry patches I didn't even know that I had. I have very oily skin, and when I was buffing it in with a brush, my skin actually looked flaky and dry. So I was a bit put off by that. The next time I used it, I used a sponge and I had much better results. It goes on the skin nicely with the sponge for me. I did find that 4 drops was absolutely nowhere near enough for me. For me that was just like light sheer wash of colour. I took to mixing 2 shades, so I mix, what have I got here? I've got vanilla and I have beige, and I mix them. I usually do like 5 drops of beige and 7 or 8 of vanilla, and I get a nice colour that works for me. And then I apply the whole lot over my face. And you can certainly build up to, I wouldn't say full coverage, I would say medium. You can still see things popping through, that like imperfections popping through the foundation, but it feels very light on the skin, so I don't mind it. You can build it up, which is good. I think the only drawback with this foundation is it just does not last on my skin, and it doesn't really matter what I do, how I prep my skin. Usually I prep my skin very carefully to try and reduce oil production throughout the day, but this foundation breaks down on me quite quickly. I can only get a few hours wear out of it before I start to notice the foundation's breaking down. I'm looking quite oily, so it does take a lot of maintenance throughout the day. If you have normal skin, you might really like these foundations. If you have dry skin, you might want to I don't know, you might want to try and get a sample if you can, because with it, the way that it does stick to dry spots is very obvious. So I would probably not recommend applying it with a brush. I would stick to a sponge. I would stick to a sponge. Next item is the hashtag no filter finishing powders. So on the press release it shows 5 shades and we received 3, or I received 3. The lightest shade on the press release is Ivory, which is this shade here, but I also received Alabaster. This one is not listed on the press release, so I don't know how many shades are going to be in this collection. They will retail for $22.95 each, and these are not setting powders. These are finishing powders. So typically what you would do is set your makeup however you like to set your makeup, and then you would use one of those powders to basically you apply it to the high points of the face. So it's kind of like a highlighter, and I would consider these best used in that manner. They're almost like a matte highlighter, but they have a really beautiful sheen to them. It's not like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. They are quite sparkly in comparison to these. These offer a really subtle glow to the skin. I did apply it all over my face today, and I have done that in the past because I do want to know if these will perform as a setting powder, and they definitely don't. If you have oily skin, I would avoid doing that, and I would simply use it as an illuminating finishing powder. If you have normal skin or dry skin, there's a good chance you could use these as a setting powder if you wanted to. However, I would keep in mind that if you have large pore issues like I do, that these can they can make your pores sort of pop, because that's what highlighting products do. I like these powders. I am not really the type of person who would use an illuminating powder like this. However, I am obviously interested in them because I own a hell of a lot of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, and if I had to choose between repurchasing either like buying one of these or buying an Hourglass ambient lighting powder, I would actually buy one of these, because these really do give that really subtle glow, whereas the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, they do have a lot of sparkle to them, and it is really noticeable. If you're out in like the daylight, you can see that they're borderline glittery. The next item I played with is the Strobe of Genius Illuminating Palette. Now, I believe this is a re-release. I think they brought it out as a limited edition product. It sold out, it was popular, and now it is back. This is going to retail for $29.95, or it does retail for $24.95. And it contains an array of different formulas. So you've got some sparkly shades that have like a glittery finish. You've got some that are very, very subtle. This gold shade is very subtle on the skin, and others that are a glow, like this lavender shade here. Let's get on to some eye products. I have the Vivid Brights liquid liners here. The press release says there will be, or there is 12 shades in the range, and they retail for $14.95. I have 6 of the shades. I've got a yellow, green, blue, purple, lavender, and red. The formula of these is a little bit thicker than a traditional liquid eyeliner. The brush applicator is a brush. The applicator is a brush. And I find that while the brushes are very thin, if you like, you know, if you scrape off the excess product, you do have a very, very thin brush. When you first pull the brush out of the tube, because the formula is a little bit thicker, it sort of plumps up the brush a little bit, and that's no good for when you're trying to do a really, really sharp wing. it's a bit too fat basically. If you scrape off the excess and then try to go in with your wing, you have to work really quickly because this formula dries very quickly, and you can get like skipping, and yeah, the brush, like it starts to dry up and you can't get a nice application. So they're not absolutely perfect in my opinion, but I think they're a really, really good place to start for liquid eyeliners, colourful liquid eyeliners. Something else I've got to say about these is they are so insanely pigmented, it's crazy. They also dry matte, and personally I think that these are like, if NYX can bring out these, eventually they're going to bring out more things along the lines of colourful liquid eyeliners, and I expect it'll just get better and better. So while these aren't like absolutely perfect for me, they're really, really close and I do like them. And if you're looking for a colourful, interesting liquid eyeliner, I probably would point you in the direction of these because they're affordable and they're really, really pigmented, like crazy pigmented. Let's talk about mascara. I have the double stacked mascara here. It consists of lash fibers and mascara. You guys will see that I did try the lash fibers when I was doing the demo. I've tried them in the past. I can't make myself like them. I'm not into it. I never have been. I've never been a lash fiber kind of girl. So it's not the problem of this. It's the problem of me. I just don't like that kind of thing. If you're into it, they may very well be good. I don't know. Not for me. However, I would actually recommend this pack simply for the mascara because this, oh my gosh, I really love this mascara. It is beautifully lengthening. It's not exceptionally volumizing, but lengthening, oh my god, I really like it. And yeah, I would recommend the pack simply for this mascara because I love it. Let's talk about lip products. I have quite a few to get through. We will start with the Lip Lustre Glossy Lip Tints. There's 8 in the range. I have all of them here and they retail for $14.95 each. These are really, really cool. I didn't think I'd like them. Fucking love them. They are like a lip gloss, but they have a very fluid formula. It's very lightweight and they're not sticky at all. Essentially what happens is you wear them for a while and it's almost like they start to set. They don't set completely, but they do start to change as you've been wearing them. And as they sort of wear off, they leave a really beautiful tint on the lips. So even through like eating and drinking, they wear away really nicely. These were totally surprising for me. There's a beautiful range of shades. You've got like a mauvey neutral, some reds, pinks, a coral and some purples. Even if you're not a lip gloss lover, I would say like, you know, go swatch them because these are, they're interesting in a really good way. And now for the item that I went to the launch for. These are the Cosmic Metals Liquid Lipsticks. The press release says there's 12 shades in the range. I've got 7 of them and they retail for $16.95. The formula of these is a cream and they do not set, so they stay quite creamy on the lips, and it means they're comfortable to wear, which is great. They are also very pigmented and they have some really, really beautiful colours. You guys probably know I'm not the biggest fan of metallic lips, but I can see why people enjoy them. They do look really pretty, very interesting. It's probably not something I would wear on a day-to-day basis. However, if you are into the metallic liquid lipstick trend, I would say these are worth having a look at because you've got some really cool colours and they look good on the lips. The last item I have to show you are 3 new additions to the NYX Lip Lingerie collection. They have the shades Dusk to Dawn, which is a warm beige nude, Delicate Lust, which is greige, and Cabaret Show, which is a dusty rose. These will retail for $14.95 each, and I'm currently wearing Dusty Rose on my lips. The formula of these, if you haven't tried them, it's kind of, it's almost like a liquid mousse, if that makes sense. Like it's thicker than many other liquid lipsticks that I've tried, and it does set completely, like very, very much set. These particular lip lingeries have really nice pigmentation. They're very pretty colours. I do find that when they set, they can be a little bit drying though, which is, you know, that's really going to come down to your personal preference of how you like your matte liquid lipsticks to feel. They're all drying to some extent. These are not the worst, but not the best for me. I can wear them, but I can also feel them, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they feel dry. But if you like some nude liquid lipsticks, it's probably a good range to check out because they have some gorgeous colours. So there you go, 3 more. Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you saw something in this video that you're like keen to check out in store, let me know down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!